Hello and welcome to Bass Basics lesson number 4. I'm your best friend ever, Manny Bass. Get out of here. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the major scale. So what is a scale, first of all? Well, a scale is an arrangement of notes which we can play going up or down the fretboard. Now, you have different types of scales. You have scales that are made up of 5 notes, which we call pentatonics. You can have scales that are made up of 7 or even 12 notes. So, out of all of these scales, the most important scale is the major scale. So, where did the major scale come from, first of all? Well, what happened was throughout the centuries, decades, and years that people were writing and playing music, they started noticing a particular pattern in music. So it didn't matter, let's say if I wrote a song and somebody else wrote a different song, even though those songs were different, they shared a particular pattern. And they started noticing that pattern. And when they sat down and identified the pattern, they called it the major scale. So I'm going to show you 3 ways of playing the major scale. So the first way will be this way. So this is pattern number 1, and it's the one that you're probably going to see the most. Okay, so now let's do it again. So the major scale is made up of 7 different notes, okay? And each of these notes that I'm playing has a number assigned to it. So the first one that I play will be the root, or the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth degree. All right, so it has 7 degrees. The octave is the same as the first. All right, so okay, that's the first way of playing it. Okay, now how do I know which scale I'm playing? Well, I'm playing in this case, an A major. Well, because the first note that I played, the first degree, is an A. So because of that, this is an A major. Now, if I move the same pattern, if I move it down here, well, that will be a B major because the root, or the first tone, is a B. So it doesn't matter where I play. If I play the same pattern, I'm playing a major scale, okay? So that's the first way. And you should practice it pretty much everywhere on the fretboard, down here. Okay? Now the second way of playing major scale is playing 3 notes in the first 2 strings. So I'm gonna play A again. So the first way, right? And now the second way looks like this. Now, right away, you should notice that they sound the same, right? And I'm playing exactly the same notes, but with a slightly different pattern. So that's the second pattern, okay? And again, same thing applies. The first note that I hit, the first degree, that will give the scale its name. So if I play here, that first note that I played was a G, so this will be a G major. Okay, now the third way you can play a major scale, which is probably a little harder, maybe, is alright, so let's see it again. So all 3 patterns sound the same. Okay? So that's basically it for the patterns, okay? So now, how do you construct a major scale? Well, to construct major scales, we have to talk about tones and semitones, whole tones and semitones. And this is where sometimes people get confused with things because in many cases, you have different names for the same thing. So what is a tone or a whole tone? Well, a whole tone will be 2 frets. So for example, if I'm playing a A and I play a tone, well, it will be 2 frets. So this will be a tone. So if I'm here, that'll be a tone. So you move down 2 frets, okay? So if I'm here and I want to play a tone, well then, a whole tone, I will move down 2 frets. If I'm here and I want to play a tone, I move down 2 frets. It's basically the same as a major second. If you don't know what a major second is, you should go back and look at lesson 2, which talks about intervals. So a whole tone is basically just a major second. Now a semitone is half a tone. So it will obviously be a minor second or a fret away. So if I'm here and I'm going to play a semitone or a half tone, I just move up 1 fret, okay? So now, what is the structure in terms of whole tones and semitones of a major scale? Well, the structure is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay? So let's illustrate that on the E string, starting on F. So if I play F, I'm gonna move a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. What I did there is I just played a major scale in 1 string, okay? So again, let's play C major, right? So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay? Okay, so now, why is the major scale so important, right? We learned the major scale, but why is it so important? Well, pretty much there are thousands, and I mean thousands of songs that use the major scale as its structure. The major scale can be considered the skeleton of music. It is the most important aspect, or if not, one of the most important aspects of music. So I'll illustrate. Let's say you want to play itsy-bitsy spider, right? All of those notes that I play there are notes of the major scale. In this particular case, D major, okay? Okay, so in order for me to play itsy-bitsy spider, I have to use the major scale. What if I want to play something else, like, I don't know, ABC? See, I'm using the major scale. Another song you can play will be the Merry Christmas song. So, like I said before, the major scale is one of the most, or if not the most important component of music, whether it be jazz, country, rock, blues, they all use the major scale, okay? So you will do yourself a huge favor in learning it, okay? So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to include a link to a book that I wrote about scales, which should be up shortly. Okay, so subscribe. Thank you for watching.